obviously we're here with Timisha Green, and Timisha used our site on, when was it? When did you buy your car?
December 19th.
December 19th? At the end of December in 2015. And so, I don't know, in your own words, just kind of give us your impression of your experience with us. Anything that you want to say. I mean, again, good or bad.
Okay. So you want me to introduce? Okay. Hi, my name is Timisha Green. I did purchase a car from the website Car Qualifier. I'm originally from New York. I reside in Fort Lauderdale. And initially when I went car shopping, I just went to whatever car dealerships I saw, and they ran credit checks. They told me high interest rates. One dealership, they gave me an interest rate of 19.9%. My credit score is a 740. No major purchases yet, but that was the reasoning behind why it was so high. My fiance found a website called Car Qualifier. We went on. I picked several cars that I wanted to go purchase. And actually the first car dealership we went to, we ended up purchasing a car with the certificate with Car Qualifier. The payments on the certificate were like $138 with a 4% interest rate. When I walked out with the Mazda 3 2010, I actually was not far off. My interest rate was 5.39%, and the car payment was $239.
But you did add, there was an additional $3,000 in additional
Yes.
items purchased that were financed, and there was also the dealer fees, etc. So
Yes.
those things were added on. So it's within reason. You understand.
Correct.
Afterwards that it was appropriate what you ended up with after everything was added.
Yes. Yes, I was pretty pleased because it was close to the numbers like you mentioned. There's things that were added on to the car. So the price was good, and so was the interest. So it was pretty close.
Let's talk about that dealer who offered you 19%. Did you know that based on your credit you were entitled to a much better rate than 19%?
I was pretty knowledgeable. I didn't know what interest rate they were going to give me. What they did ask me when I first walked in was how much did I want to pay a month. So they kind of went backwards, and so at the bottom line when they wanted to sign me a contract for the car is when we realized that they had a 19.9%. And I didn't agree with it, of course, because I didn't think my credit was bad at all. It was at a 740, so we walked out, so we didn't purchase the car at that point.
So you think it's useful to have a service like ours at Car Qualifier where you could find out what interest rates and payments are correct for your credit before you go into the dealership?
Yes, I do, because I have a few friends, of course, that are single parents trying to purchase cars. I actually recommended the website as a first-time buyer for a car. Excellent. Even if you're going to buy a different car, at least you have something in black and white to go to the dealership to negotiate. It alleviates the stress of trying to make sure that they give you the right interest rate, is the payment right for your credit, or the headache that you have to do car dealership basis. You have it all on one website. You have a list of cars, different dealerships. You can pick what you want and walk in. So I think it's very convenient. It alleviated a lot of stress. And I think we had a baseline, to go by so that we wouldn't get ripped off at the end of the day.
Wow. So you would recommend Car Qualifier to your friends?
Oh, definitely. I already have. I have already. I just think that it was like a one-stop shop. You don't have to worry about getting your credit run again. your website had indicated that there was a certain amount, 30 days, that those numbers are valid. So that gave you leeway as a buyer, that you have time to look, see what you want. You can pick the cars you want, and you have enough time that they wouldn't have to run your credit again. So if they didn't want to come close to that, you wouldn't have an issue. So the time span is great also.
Did it save you any time when you were at the dealership? Do you think that the deal went faster than it would have?
Yes, because I went, I can't pronounce the last name of the dealership.
Blue Back Road?
Yes. And it really helped a lot because I actually walked in, gave them the certificate. I said, this is the car I want to see. What can you do? And they really honored it. They were really nice. I worked with Greg. He was the salesperson. And they got me into the car and got me where I needed to go. And quickly, it wasn't any drawn out situation. It wasn't trying to negotiate this with that. They telling you what they have, what you want. And it was a great experience.
Did you feel more relaxed going into the dealership with the certificate and like kind of a pre-negotiated deal? I mean, in other words, was there less stress walking into the door of the dealership knowing that you kind of could avoid the majority, if not all, of the negotiating?
Yes, because if you don't have anybody, I have my fiance with me that knows about cars and things. If you didn't, it really alleviated the stress because you already knew what car you wanted is number one. Because usually you go to car lots, you're looking around, they put in your credit through different banks, they hit in your credit report. With this, it was, here, this is what I want, this is the price I need you to get close to. And you already know as a consumer that this is what you're entitled to as a rough estimate, so that they don't, like the car dealership I went trying to charge me 19.9%. So it helped me to know where I need to be without the stress, and then it was easier to select the car because you can go with the certificate itself.
That's amazing. Excellent feedback, really. So let's, would you say that there's any aspect of our process that you think we could improve? Be honest. I mean, I'm not afraid to hear something negative. I'm here to, improve things and make it as good as it can be.
I really don't have anything bad to say because at first I was skeptical because of the website. I don't know who you guys were at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute I had a question, I said, let me call. And the first person I spoke to was Judy, that's on your staff, and wonderful person. I finally got to meet her on the phone, excellent. She really helped. I had a lot of questions. Richard got on the phone also. They were great. It was like anything I had a doubt about or a question about, they were very helpful. They assisted me. And this is the only reason I recommend, because I like customer service. I'm a pet peeve about that because, you really don't know. And I can tell they were being honest, and they really reached out to me. I got constant emails to back me up, whatever I needed. They will follow through. Is everything okay? If you have any questions. So that type of thing, it really makes you comfortable and happy with what you're doing.
That's awesome. Let me think if there's anything else I could think of.
Well, I can add, I'm really impressed that you came out. You're the CEO of the company. You own the company. That you literally came out and spoke to me. Usually it's always staff. So I can see you a family-oriented company.
The only thing that maybe we could talk a little bit more was the actual, when you were sitting with the actual salesperson. Mm-hmm. So let me frame the question. Was your experience with the salesman positive and upbeat? Was there a benefit in a more relaxed buying environment because there wasn't the negotiation, negativity to deal with?
Well, also their staff was very helpful. Initially when I called, once I got the car, the certificate, I called the dealership to see if they had the cars available. I spoke to Linda, and she was the first welcoming part of the department. She talked to me on the phone just like Judy. What you need, just bring it. She assisted me on the timing when I can come. So they worked around my schedule. Once I got there, she greeted me at the door. She was like at the front desk, and she knew I was gonna be there. They took me over to Greg. He was very nice, upbeat, very friendly, and oh, there's a little cafe here if you need something. We'll be right with you. So they expedited everything pretty quick. It wasn't no feeling uncomfortable at all. Um, they did honor the certificate, and they was trying to get as close to it as possible. They were excellent also, so it did alleviate stress, and they were, I mean, you're glad to have them. So anybody that goes there, you'll have a good experience.
Wow. I'm going to be happy to show that to them. I'm sure they're going to be happy to hear your kind words. So I guess it's a combination of delivering upon the expectations and the good performance of the dealer when you get there
Correct.
that equates to the final overall positive experience. And that's why we have the certified dealerships and this whole process. And that's excellent, excellent feedback. So good job to Lou Backroad,
Yes.
and we'll definitely let them know that.
And I mean, I even had an issue with the battery, and they changed the battery without any questions. They just said bring it back. They did a diagnostic. They found out there was a week selling it, and they replaced it without charging me anything. So that was good.